Howdy, and welcome back to Let's Play EU4 as Japan. For those of you who don't know, I'm Oatmeal Ent. I shall be continuing on the Colonial Japan track. I made a foray, if you remember, about 3 videos ago into Korea, which made the Ming go from being my allies and friends to rivals and no longer allies. So, I kind of tried to bail out of Korea. Didn't really bail the way I wanted to. I would have preferred to get some more money out of the deal, but at least now, Ming does not consider me to be a neighboring heretic religion, although they still desire a province, probably Taiwan, but I'm not going to give it to him. I do not have any provinces that are accessible to the Ming by land, and I strongly suspect if they were to try to attack, they would cross the Taiwan Strait. So, as I said in the last video, I'm going to put the entirety of my galleys in the Taiwan Strait, where they will have a bonus of being in the inland sea. This is an inland sea, so that's where I'm going to hope to spur or to keep any aggression from Ming from happening until I can get them back to being my ally. We still have this royal marriage. I don't know how many generations it'll last. I don't suspect it'll last forever, and they wouldn't sign a new one if it were to come to that at the current moment. Exciting bits of news from last time, if you remember. I had just managed to find the Aztecs, and we're close to being able to switch out my better relations over time guy for this diplomatic reputation. If we go over here, what I want from the Aztecs is fleet basing. If I were to bump my diplomatic skill by 5, they would accept my fleet basing offer. So I'm going to switch out for the +5 diplomatic reputation, and you see that they will in fact accept my offer for fleet basing. So I'm going to quit improving relations with them, and as soon as this diplomat gets back, actually, to expedite the process, I'm also going to stop improving relations with these guys. Let's see, royal marriage. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to wait. I'm almost into the annexing this vassal. Let me just get my bearings back on. I'm not going to take a mission, because none of these are things I actually want to do. We talked about last time how even if I were to align myself with this guy, I can never annex him, never offer him vassalization and then annex him, because he is a Sunni. And so it's just never going to be worth it. I think I'm just going to leave him where he is into perpetuity, and he'll be the only other player in the Philippine trade zone, and I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Oh, Ming is making some aggressive naval moves. I consider that an aggressive naval move. Where are you going, Ming? Who are you looking to? See, because not all of these are light ships. Some of them are... Oh no, those are all light ships. Okay, as long as they're all light ships. Light ships are the second indicator, so you see 0200. Light ships are the second indicator. Galleys are the third, and transports the fourth. If they're just patrolling with their light ships, trying to steal a little bit of my trade power here at this node, because they do control a single, or I guess 2 points in this node, I don't really mind if we go in and check the distribution of the 6 gold that's happening here. I'm collecting, I think 40. Wow, the eunuch faction is giving them a lot of trade power. Well, out of the 6.4 gold that's there, I'm getting 5.2 of it. That seems acceptable. I don't know what these guys are doing, but that's fine. Oh, just lose. Just lose. Okay. This diplomat takes a long time to do anything with the Aztecs. I don't know exactly how it... Okay. Great. A colony is done. Looks like it's this one. Remember, you do have to core everything, because if we were to go to my overextension right now, we would see that I have overextension for this place, because it is in my ocean zone. I'm probably going to... I can't send him there yet. So I'm probably just gonna send the colonist here and keep only 2 colonies for the time being. I was running a deficit, and I don't have a lot of money to run at a deficit. This will all change once I enact. Manila is considered part of my parsimony now, so I should be able to send a colonist here. I'm gonna run some troops down there. I would be running at a deficit again. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep running it positive for just a small amount of time until I can consider what to do about the Aztecs. It's just not worth it to run myself into the ground economically. I have to take out loans. If you remember from before, we were having a bit of trouble with inflation, but now the gold mine is a small enough portion of our national income that I believe the gold mine's here. Yep. Small enough portion of our national income that we don't have to worry about inflation as long as we have this inflation advisor. So that's great. Okay, our diplomat is almost back, which means that we're gonna need another explorer. We're gonna need another explorer. Looks like we've got one. So I'm gonna send him across the sea. The fleet basing rights go into effect immediately. So as soon as he gets over here, as in, like, it doesn't take diplomat travel time. I get the fleet basing rights. It happens in a heartbeat. It's going to cost me 2.8 gold per month, which is another reason not to pick up that other colony. I forgot that that's so expensive, but totally worth it. Like, I don't have to colonize Hawaii and these little islands, or Wake, or any of these other small islands. I don't have to colonize any of them. And you see, they're not... Wake, at least, definitely won't be in my sea zone. Guam, I'm not sure about. And if they're going to be overseas, I'm not even sure Hawaii is worth it. Although I don't know how much Hawaii is worth at this point. It could be. But Midway, definitely no. An overseas colony with 1 gold and 0 natives, so they're not going to be making me any gold. I'm not going to pick up... Yeah, definitely gain some inflation. I'm not going to pick up a military advisor right now. Well, how much does he cost? 1.8 monthly. I have 1.86. Yeah. Don't really see a problem with picking up a military technology guy. If he'll reduce... I'll pick up the limber while he's in tenure. So, he'll reduce the cost by 60. That's great. I would have spent more gold than that. Okay, are you gonna make it safely? It looks like you will. And, as weird as it is, he will be able to repair import. Actually, go ahead and go here. He'll be able to repair import visiting a shrine. It's been a long time since you visited the principal shrines of one of our provinces. What do we do? Do we gain the prestige and lose the money? That doesn't seem out so great. Do we lose prestige and legitimacy to gain administrative power? That seems much more like something I would be doing. Yeah, fleet basing. Harbor fees is 3 a month. So I don't want to have long time harbor fees with these guys. So what I'm going to do is repair my ship here. Shouldn't take too long. Go up and find a colony that's within the colonial range of the Aztecs. And as soon as one of these colonies finishes, I can't really afford it in addition to these colonies. I'm going to try to get a colony over in the New World in California. Probably not this one. Reason I say that is that it's not very profitable. I suspect that if the profitability of the provinces at all correlates with their profitability in modern day, that California will be very rich. Yeah, this is actually not so wealthy, even though it makes gold. It's just not producing a lot. That's odd. I thought that that'd be a really wealthy province. Neither this. You know, there must be some modifier that Western nations, and maybe even Japan, because Japan's gold mine makes 44 in production. Must be some modifier that I have that they don't. That mean that if I had that gold mine, it'd be making me a lot of money. I don't know. Okay, we've got our diplomat back from the Aztecs. I've improved this about as much as it's gonna get. I just gotta... Well, we're already rivals with the Ming. I could embargo them and get more power in this trade zone, but I don't really want to do that. No, I don't. I'm just gonna go and send my diplomat to improve relations with this vassal, so that I could slowly work. Who's the most profitable? This guy makes a total of 6. Makes a total of 8, 12. So I guess I'll pick up this guy. They're all their capitals, so it's all of them are taking into account the 2 base tax they're getting for capitals, because they're all single province vassals. So I'm just gonna try to work toward that no more daimios, so I can get the Japan is united. I think that when you have a feudal monarchy, you get a lot more options open, I think. But this would be interesting. Increasing my production efficiency, my tax efficiency, which that's where most of my money comes from, tax and production, not trade. How could I do this? The ruler is a general. Unlock the centralization idea. Oh, well. Where's that? Is that the one that I wanted anyway? No, I don't see centralization idea. If it's not under economic, it's not under centralization right here. So I was planning to pick up this idea group because I was worried about the inflation and I thought I would need this national bank. But now that I'm not actually gaining very much inflation per year... Oh, let me set the timer. Now that I'm not gaining very much inflation per year from the gold, 0.03 from our reliance on gold mines, I don't know if that's still the best idea group to pick up. It could actually be... I don't know if I want to dip any more into the diplomatic ideas, because it could be this. Extra colonists, faster colonial time. Diplomatic, but eventually having a casus belli against all of the Asian nations. That would be useful. It could be a military idea, although odds are good if I want to boost my military, I'll just be buying military techs. There's nothing that I find, I looked through the military ideas, there's nothing that I find that's like super unique that does anything more than boosts your military in some way. Maybe I missed something, but can give forced march, cavalry combat. Yeah, it just seems like all just military stuff. If I were going to buy another one of the diplomatic ideas, it would definitely be expansion. The question is, would I prefer an administrative idea? Since I do tend to have a lot of administrative points. Production efficiency, advisors. We know that centralization will open up that ability to get the decision we were just looking at. Inflation reduction, which might be a deal if I take those gold mines from the Aztecs. Yeah, I might just stick to the plan. Unless this innovative ideas is really good. Oh, technology cost reduction. That's pretty good. Lowering advisor costs. That could be good, but... yeah, probably gonna stick with the economic ideas. I won't have the advisor who reduces inflation forever. He'll die eventually. They all seem to die before my rulers die. They have like a shorter lifespan than the rulers for some reason. But here, I'll pick up the speed because we don't really have anything we can do that would require micromanaging until right now. Okay, well, like I said, this is a no-brainer. Invest in this immediately. We have to get to level 7 anyway. And this is the thing I was talking about before. Farm estates. This might be worth it. Once we take over the Aztecs, it costs 500 gold. I can't do it right now. It might be worth it to do in Kyoto. Oh no, the production value of Kyoto is not that much. If we find a grain farm with a big production value... I don't know how that's calculated, if that's just like set, like all grain farms are going to make 2.18. Or if there's... yeah, there must be some grain farms that are better than others. So if we find a really great grain farm, we might build one of those. I thought maybe Kyoto was great, but it looks like all the money from Kyoto comes from its tax. Which makes some sense. Probably not going to build any farm estates right now, but production efficiency increase across the board will increase our income by 0.7 or around there. That should put us into the plus. Let's check this update's faster. Yep, we are... what's it when you're making money? But, I mean, we were always solvent. Because we had the assets to cover our losses. I guess we're just in the black. Conquistador is dead. That's fine. As long as this guy's not dead, I can still get to California. Now, you don't have a 100% chance of revealing coastal provinces when you pass by them. Like, we didn't reveal this coast of California province, but you can just make multiple passes until you do reveal what you're looking for. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, although my trade range is going to extend from the edge of the Aztecs, so I'm not going to be doing Oregon. It's probably going to be yeah, this looks very, very nice. 4 base tax, some pretty low aggressiveness and ferocity, so that's good. I think that'll probably be where I make my port. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely within range. It's not telling me it's not within range. It's at the edge of the range. It's 223 when the range is 240. So I'm just going to go and discover the Incas now, because I can land. I don't know if a galley, an unpiloted galley, will make it across this ocean. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to park this guy here. Say no leader. I'm gonna take a single galley, or not a galley, cog. Single cog. Put the pilot, or explorer, and send him across the ocean. If he makes it, his rate should be the same as the rate of other cogs. I know that the speed is less for cogs than it is for light ships. Not sure exactly what they're called, but if he makes it, that means that I could send my army across the ocean, or an army across the ocean, and go and attack the Incans. I don't have a casus belli to attack the Incans, but I will as soon as I click this button. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then find an army that isn't needed. Looks like these 12 troops here are not needed. I'll give them to a conquistador and go and pick on the Incans, and hopefully make a lot of money so that I can build improvements in Japan. Casus belli against the Aztecs. Yeah, I'm not going to be going and attacking my allies, the Aztecs, right now. Okay. So I might have to send a diplomat over there so they don't cancel fleet basing with me, but as long as I don't attack them. Yeah, they don't have any rivals or anything. They do have an enemy in the Cree, but it's lightly colored, not darkly colored, so it might be that the Cree no longer exist, that they've been taken over by the Cherokee or the Shawnee, who are the other two North American, Native American tribes. So I don't know for sure. Let's just see if this cog makes it. Little cog. Go, go, go. Still all the same missions, but that's fine. I wasn't gonna do any of those missions. Oh, come on, cog. Okay, so this place finished doing what it was doing, so that means I can go and make this colony in California. Great, great. It's gonna take a year to get there, but that's fine. Oh, base tax in Kyoto. This is an amazing event. Typically, it can be the agricultural revolution doesn't have to be in your capital, but if I just increase the base tax, I'll put all the tax modifiers in Kyoto. Make sure that it gets all the tax modifiers, and that'll even get bigger over time. So, is the cog gonna make it? That is the question. No. The cog will not make it across this ocean. They don't move as fast as the light ships, and they just won't make it. Okay, what to do about that? Well, I'm definitely gonna build a few more cogs. So let's go to the production interface, build a few more cogs. Let's see here. I want them over here, so I'm just gonna, so that I don't get confused, I'm just gonna build them over here. The money and everything seems the same. Okay. And that means that I lost my explorer, who was good. Yep. I lost my explorer, and I don't have diplomatic power to hire a new explorer. But hopefully from this point, from the Guam, which is in my colonial range, I can make it over there with. So I don't want to load up all these cogs with my troops and then just have it die. So I'm gonna make another cog. I don't know how to increase speed of boats. I don't think escorting it with a light ship would increase the speed at all, so I feel bad about losing that good explorer, but I actually thought he was gonna make it. I actually thought he was gonna make it. So he had 3 maneuver, I think. I'm not positive. I do have a positive income, but I'm not currently paying for that super overseas colony. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the income hit and the couple of loans that's gonna pop up here in just a second. Okay, so let's see. He was a 3. This guy is a 2. Or was he a 2? He must have been a 2. I would have really remembered if he was a 3. See, because it increases their movement speed. So, what I'm gonna do is as soon as this colony's done, should be done pretty soon. I'm going to take these troops and all my new cogs, and here I'll make a new boats. Let's go back into the production interface, make sure I'm making enough cogs. So I'm adding 3 troops, I think. So I added 3 cogs. Okay, so I need 1 more. Because I'm gonna potentially sacrifice 1 with the cross-sea voyage. Okay. The sacrificial guy is gonna, as soon as he can, gonna go and base over in that place. But so that I don't get confused, I'm gonna send him over here. Go ahead and, because this is already, this is gonna be very soon. I don't know exactly. Yeah, very soon. Probably 2 months, I'd say, or 1 month. That's fine too. I don't have the administrative power to... Whoa, that's high. Why is that so high? Guess it has to do with the base tax, or... Yeah, base tax is really high for this place. Most of the natives must have survived, and there must have been a lot of natives. That's fine. I will happily use the administrative power to get myself some serious money. I'm gonna take any horses that I have over there. At this point, I don't believe that there are horses in the New World, and they pretty good. Any sort of troop improvement is better against the troops that they have. I know I didn't conjugate that the most eloquently, but the worse troops, the more difference between the strength of your troops and the strength of their troops is a bigger deal, because you can leave those tiny stacks all around, sieging them, without worrying that their larger stack is going to come and disrupt your siege, because they will. Awesome. This is actually happening. And it has a pretty good settler chance. Yeah. Just pretty good settler chance. Let's make our doom stack. So he's gonna arrive in Guam in 30 days, and then I'll be able to park him and repair in Guam. I don't know how much time. See, that's 2% time at sea, but that's gonna stack every month that he was at sea. Maybe this will be enough that they can make it. Just this little bit, and then they can make it, and I won't have to worry about picking up a colony in Midway or Wake. We shall see. Godspeed, little cog. Lonely ship. Okay, so far so good. It's this sea, though, that's gonna cost so much. If there were other islands that I haven't explored or revealed yet, that I could explore and reveal. It's just I don't know my geography well enough to know if there are, like, actually islands out there. Oh, looking good, looking good. Yeah, they made it! Okay. Time to go to war. Where's Japan? Lost Japan for a second there. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and buy another explorer. This one actually has better maneuver, so I'm gonna equip it. I didn't want to take any chances. I'm gonna buy a conquistador. And then here goes nothing. Let's head over to the islands. And let's take this light ship. Give you this explorer and go find the Incans. Moneybags, as I like to call the Incans. They don't have the number of provinces and strength of the Aztecs, so they don't even put up a fight. They just, or at least when I was playing that one game as Portugal, they just rolled over. And so I can actually make, this is interesting, I can actually make artillery as with the Asian unit groups at the same time as you would be able to get it as the European unit groups. So I don't know if I need any artillery. Definitely not to take on the natives of the Americas. They're very, very pliable to just me having more troops. And so yeah, see, they actually do have a fleet in the Aztecs. I know that if the Mayans exist, I was reading somewhere if that some of the natives, maybe it's the Native Americans in the north that actually have coasts, can't always give you fleet basing rights. Maybe that was some African nations, that they don't always have the ability to do boats, so they don't have the ability to give you fleet basing rights. Okay, let's cross our fingers. We have a lot of money in troops heading over to the New World with the objective of conquest. I can leave this guy just sitting there doing nothing because he's within one sea zone. He's actually in a friendly sea zone, but he's within a one sea zone of a friendly port, which means that he doesn't take any attrition. Okay, this isn't looking as good. Some reason some of the cogs are more damaged than others of the cogs. I don't know why, but it does look like even the most damaged cogs are gonna make it. Grain? Are you kidding me? Grain is not worth as much money. Oh, never mind. That was over in California. I don't know what I was expecting from California. Just, nothing, really. I have very low expectations for profitability of the New World outside of fortify this place. No. Make an alliance with them. No. Not interested in any of that. So, I don't have military access here. Yeah, see, your troops are in a foreign territory. I don't have military access, but for some reason, it's allowing me to land. And somehow my troops got damaged. So, wherever I am, for some reason I'm still within supply range. It's near supply range of the Aztecs and near coast. I won't take any attrition. So I know where the Incans are. They're in, like, the beginning of modern day Peru. So They're actually like one C zone. They might even be right here, and I just can't see them. Yeah, here they are. Hello, Incans. You are my enemies, whether you know it or not. Just as long as I've met them, I can send my... uppity peasants giving me 2 bad options, but like before, yeah, I have the casus belli against the... Oh, revolts are possible. Huh. Why are revolts in all my... These are all my territories. This is every territory. Due to overextension. Negative stability. Well, I didn't want to spend money on stability, but if it's gonna be all like that, I don't really want revolts either. I don't have a lot of troops over here. Before I go to war, let me just make sure that I have my army maintenance turned up. I can run at a loss for a little while, because I know that the Incans, as long as no one else has attacked them and taken all their gold, I know that they're going to have a significant amount of gold for me to take from them. I'm gonna get on that as soon as possible. The faster I get that gold, the faster I can build all those wonderful buildings in Japan. The Aztecs have 16 boats, so I'm not going to be attacking the Aztecs anytime soon. They're going to be my friends. Oh. So the purples and the greens... Ugh, drats. I've been over-improving here. I might actually pull off of the purples that I was going to annex and go back to improving relations with the Aztecs. I can't have them cancel my fleet basing rights until that is cored. Until this province is cored, I can't have them cancel fleet basing rights, because then I won't... Like, I'm just sort of parking my ships there. I can't do that if... they don't. Oh. Oh, wow. I actually didn't think about that Guam might have a lot of aggressiveness or anything. I don't actually want Guam. Now that I look at it, it's probably overseas. I don't actually want Guam. So I'm gonna recall this colonist with the knowledge that in doing so, they're going to kill this colony. Soon. Anyway, even if they haven't done it at this exact moment, they're going to probably do it soon. I don't have the money to found another colony, so I'm just gonna send him over here to... Oh, I have 2 colonists now, that's right. Well, no cogs over here at all, so I can't get to any colonies except for here. So I'm gonna combine my troops. Yeah, this is the place that's giving me the big overextension, because it's got some outrageously high 6.2 base tax. Okay, well, looking at my timer, that's about 30 minutes. I'll make a little cut here and be right back.